Why isn't your other
Other light on,
Yeah.
it actually brightens it up a little too much when
Uh-huh.
when I have it on for most people. So I just kind of leave it off. Yeah. All right. So could I have you state your name, please?
My name is Theodore Arthur Dobbins.
Okay. You go by Art.
Yes,
Okay.
it's my father's name, so I go by my middle name.
I see. Cool. Yeah. My name is Perry Duke Center, and I go by Duke. My grandfather was Perry.
So we both go by our middle names.
That's right.
Interesting. In lieu of the male in our
Yeah. Right.
lineage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Roger says you've been involved with the food bank for quite some time.
I used to be the distribution coordinator under the founder at the other location over at the church.
Okay.
I worked there like 3 or 4 years. And Esther left to go to, retired, left to go to Walla Walla, and Roger took over. And I helped Esther get her house ready to sell. She had a tree banging up against the house, so I took down a tree for her all by myself.
That's kind of
Climbed up the top and topped it all the way down. Got in the roof and switched off all the branches. So she could sell the house, otherwise they would have charged her a lot of money. And people are niggling and finicky that way. They would have charged her way more money than what she gave me. I did it for free, but she gave me some money.
So,
Unnecessary. We're both Christians.
so how long have you been involved with the food bank?
Oh, almost 10 years now. Last time, like Roger was explaining, their ramp that goes into their freezer that they have outside in the driveway there was ripped because it's aluminum, and the forklift is rather heavy, so it needs to be gusseted and TIG welded up and framed, and it was none of those things. So I took it over to Western and my friends, because I make stainless swords, so I have them weld them for me. I do all the parts. They fit together like a puzzle. It's like my foundry work, like I was telling you before. And so they know me at Western, and I went in there and, why don't you help the food bank? They help about 60 people a day. Why don't you help them once? So I put the thing on him. And he goes, okay, no problem. And then, of course, he writes it off. And he gets money anyway out of the taxes for helping.
Cool. So why do you help the food bank?
I help the food bank for the same reason I just described to you. They help about 60 to 100 people a day. They're a big part of this community's ability to function. Otherwise, there would be hungry people, hungry children, and more crime. There would be a lot of chaos if it wasn't for this food bank.
So, what do you hope to see changed through your investment of time?
I'm just involved in maintenance. My dream is that they would have a homeless center on this upper level and help the homeless as well. That's what I would like to see happen in the future. But to do that, they have to have a monitor, and they have to have somebody living here. They have to have somebody that's dedicated to the project. And that doesn't seem to be in the works right now. And that's sort of up to Roger to figure that out. It's not one of his priorities. It's like anything else in life. The people don't see the need proactively. They see the need after it happens. So if there's batch of floaters on the street like there was in the Depression, then they might start doing that. But I see the need ahead of time because I'm an artist and I see things coming ahead of time. I'm ahead of my time. You know what I mean. Being an artist yourself.
So you say that so the food bank helps so many people. What does it do for you when you help?
Gives me a sense of purpose that I'm being of service to the Lord in the community. So much of the culture nowadays is about me, and you know what? Everybody ends up old, alone, and lonely. It isn't about me. Life is not about me. Life is about helping others, being of service to others. And if you miss that, you've missed your whole life.
That's a great answer. It really is. So when you talked about being in service to the Lord, what does that mean to you?
Just being there for people when they need it. Helping them heal themselves, giving them the right advice and steering them in the right direction so that they can heal whatever problems they have. The hardest part is the tertiary advice syndrome where somebody is bothering somebody else, and of course you can't change who other people are. I have a minor in psychology and sociology, and I didn't career that because you just can't help other people. You can't change other people. It doesn't work that way. You can only model behavior and slightly influence them. You can't really change them. This is one of the problems with a free society. When people are free, they have the ability to involve themselves in the curse of opulence. When you have too much, you don't see any need for anything, for any change, for any differences, to do anything. It's all about me and me being entertained because there's enough for everybody. So as we overpopulate the planet, there's going to be less and less of that and more pressure. And there'll be more and more need for people that have an ethic of service to others. So we might not want to change, but nature and natural law is going to change us. And natural law is God's law, and it will change us to what we need to be, whether we like it or not. It's going to happen. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. He didn't put a period on the end of the sentence. Now we've multiplied. Uh-oh. What was the point of that? The point of that is at the end of that is a lesson where we need to be independent and in control of our own environment. So far we live on nature. What if nature's gone? There's nothing to live on. Do we start living on ourselves? You've seen the movie The Road. People end up living on themselves because there's no more natural resources left. Wait a minute. So if we only deal with our own problems right in front of ourselves, then we're not dealing with our future. We're only dealing with the problems that are right in front of ourselves. Collectively, that doesn't work. We have a mind and an intelligence, but do we have a collective mind and a collective intelligence that functions properly? Not yet. Not yet. If we only do ourself, pretty soon there's nothing for anybody. Be fruitful and multiply. and then survive. It's a big lesson for the whole world.
Wow, that's a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do a lot of thinking.
I can tell. So,
And thank you for the opportunity to say something.
Certainly. That's all the questions I have. I think that's about it.
Okay.
I thank you for your time. I've got a
I'll bring you a thumb drive. I want a copy of that.
I'll make sure it's available. Yeah.